Good morning. It's been a hectic week, and this video is, of course, late as everything else has been. But I wanted to talk on the rhetorical essay that was written by a user named Bowman 101 and shortstories101.com. And the title of the argument was A Godless America. I found this interesting because it was written by an Afro-American man who was disgruntled with the treatment of his people in the early stages of American history, where slavery was brutal. Afro-Americans were brought to this country against their will. Slaves were beaten, branded, mutilated, and often killed for any little discretion or disobedience, or because of the supremacy of their masters. Women, slaves, were often raped, and if they resisted, often killed. And the offspring of this mulatto children were considered to be slave children, which caused another problem, because then you turn around and you look and you see that these children now are not accepted by either race. It bothered me, though, that he made statements like, land that I love. How can I say it's a land that I love when the land ain't never loved me? Or how can I pledge allegiance to a land when I have no reconciliation with their past? I have often wondered how anyone could live in a land that they don't love, or how they could not be in allegiance to the land. We live in a day and an age where there is still slavery, there's still white supremacy, and the Afro-American people were not the only ones that were ever enslaved. You had the Italians, the Japanese, the Chinese, the Irish, the Jewish people. And not only Afro-Americans live in slums and ghettos, about all minorities do, but in the day and age that we live in, the feelings that this man brought across, although valid as they were in his opinion, left a lot to be desired. He used terms like nigger and his people and bling, and if he's that discontent with this land, why does he not find another place to go? Canada's across the border. It wouldn't be that difficult to do. If you look for a problem, you will find a problem. And my argument is simply this. Slavery, as brutal as it was back in the early part of the history, American history, was abolished. And people enslaved themselves to other things. Drugs, alcohol. People enslaved themselves to trying to live above their means, to keep up with the Joneses. And now we have sex slavery going on, where young girls are kidnapped and sold into slavery, and they're kept in cages and drugged and beaten and raped repeatedly. So you see, it's not just an Afro-American problem. It's a problem that we face in America every day. Some of our own making, some that are out of our hands. But why be that discontent to write something like that? Degrading yourself, degrading your people. And why not just either be a part of the change or get away from it?
Well, I'm afraid you're not very...
There's new laws every day protecting minorities. You have your hate crime laws. It's not as evil and as bad as this man depicted it to be. And my argument is simply this: if you're not content with where you're at, then do something about it. Make a change. Make it better for yourself. Don't just sit and complain about it. I thank you for your time.